Well, school has started, and what does that mean for this year in 2020 with College-Glen Real Estate? Watch and all, you'll find out. Hey everybody, Doug Reynolds here, your College-Glen neighborhood real estate specialist. I've been living in College-Glen for over a decade now. I've been fortunate enough to specialize and just do a lot of real estate transactions in the neighborhood. Really love working with buyers and sellers in College Greens and Glenbrook. Great community. Me and my family love being there. So close to the American River Parkway. Got parks, schools, shops, easy freeway access. What more could you want, right? Well, every month I do an update on College-Glen real estate. And so this is your monthly update for September 2020. And we're going to take a look back at the closings that occurred in August 2020. So we're going to put those up on the screen just a second here. But this is really telling us what was going on in the market in July. Because what was going on in the market in July got into escrow, and then for the most part it closed in August, okay? And so we're going to talk about that, and then we're going to come back and talk about kind of what's going on right now that school is back in, all right? Okay, August 2020, you can see that 13 single-family homes closed escrow in College-Glen. That's a pretty solid number, pretty consistent with what we'd expect at this time of year with what is going on with everything. Got a huge range there, small fixer on a busy street at 369 that needed tons and tons of work, and so bottoming out the market there at 369, and then we got a huge jump. The next one is at 417. We got big chunk in kind of the mid 400,000 range, and then you can actually see we got 3 properties that closed in August at or above 500,000, with a really nice one on Mediterranean Way going for a little over 520 as well. So couple of things to point out, one of which being is pricing obviously has been shooting up the last few months. We've got multiple properties in the 500,000 range. Those are really nice properties in pristine locations, larger properties, really well updated, and so they got the full combination of everything going on there to get the top dollar in the neighborhood. So noticing pricing shifting up across all ranges of properties, as well as if you look at that very last column, almost everything is selling above list price. Of those 13 that sold, the average was basically about 3% higher than the list price, 103% of the list price. And you can see days on market there, most of them 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 days on the market. Properties moving really fast. So that's a reflection of what was going on in July and August. Not a lot of houses on the market, multiple offers, selling definitely above list price, things moving really fast, okay? So now we're into September and school has started. How's that going? Hope you're hanging in there. Just take a deep breath. It's all gonna work out. We're doing the distance learning. And right now, in College-Glen, there is not a single house on the market right now. It's crazy. This has happened a few times this year. Rarely does that ever happen, but that's just an indication of where we're at in the world right now. There's coronavirus stuff going on, but there's also just this huge buyer demand as well too. So right now, really nothing out there. But not just in College-Glen, but kind of as a whole in the Sacramento area, I've noticed a little bit of subtle pullback on the market. I think it has to do with the fact that school kind of has started back up, and there's just so much on everyone's plate at the moment right now, trying to figure out the distance learning and how does this work with me working, and you know, everyone's yelling at each other in the house and all that. Some people have put the home buying on the back burner for a little period of time right now. So with that being said, the market is still strong. It's still favoring sellers. There's low inventory. There's a lot of high buyer demand. But the sensitivity, I think, has become a little more sensitive. Before in July, June, July, August, yeah, you needed to price it pretty well, but even some ones that were kind of overpriced were still moving. Right now, I think the sensitivity is a little more heightened, where If you price it right, yes, you're gonna do well, it's gonna sell, you're gonna get at, maybe even a little bit above that list price. But if you're overpriced, I think the sensitivity in the market right now, what we're seeing in September and October with school starting back up and kind of approaching the election, the market is still strong, still a lot of buyer demand, but the sensitivity has highly increased to where if you overshoot it as a seller, you go a little too high, starting to see some properties starting to sit that a few months ago they were still moving. So that's the update on the market there. Hang in there if you're a buyer. You can still get something. Just got to be working with a good agent that knows what they're doing, knows how to write a strong offer, how to communicate with a listing agent, get you with an excellent lender as well, get the full team relationship going to get you into a property. If you're a seller, it's still a great time to sell. It's just a matter of doing it right so that you don't end up being one of those ones that overprice it and you sit on the market, you become stale, and then all of a sudden people are wanting to lowball you. You want to be hitting that mark right away. Good marketing, shows well, priced right, you're going to have success as a seller right now. Hope this is helpful. Feel free to check out more information on College-Glen at collegeglenrealestate.com. Make sure to subscribe, like, give me a comment, a question, or anything. Feel free to reach out to me. I love working with buyers and sellers in the neighborhood. Hope you're doing well, and clear skies.